Hello. Hi, everybody. How are you? Hi, everybody. Uh, we're here to talk about. I swear I'm not an idiot. We're here to talk about Gearbox software. We're here to talk about Gearbox software and this report of them, and their alleged not paying of bonuses. Okay, we freak out when a company like Gearbox does it, but a company like Rockstar does it, like they did with Red Dead Redemption 2, and no one cares. No one does it. No one gives a single crap. But Gearbox does it, and that's the instant moment everyone's like, Gearbox evil. But it's the same concept. People are people are not getting paid for their work. It's the same thing. Oh, it's the same thing. Telltale Games, when they were around, it was the same thing. It was literally, oh, we're not getting paid for all the hours of work we're putting into this crap. You know? But Gearbox Software, regardless of Randy Pitchford as a person, they're pretty good about paying their employees for what they've done. You know? They're actually really good. They're actually good about that, unlike most companies. But everyone's like, Gearbox did this, so it's evil. But I'm really hoping it's just that the bonuses are delayed, and then they're really not screwing their own employees, because that would really make me look at them in a negative light. And I'm a strong defender of Gearbox software. Randy's kind of an asshole. I can't help but like the guy. He seems like he really genuinely seems like a nice guy, in my opinion. But what do I know? I'm just kind of irritated that everyone's like, oh no, Gearbox bad. You know, because people, they're not the first company to do this. They're not the last company to do this. But they even mention that they're always good about giving their employees money. And the employees themselves are saying they're good about paying bonuses. And that this is weird. Meaning that this is the first time it's ever happened. I'm sure it's not intentional. That's why I'm playing Games I Talk, because it's a Gearbox software game. I want in this company until they give me a reason not to. Because I really don't think they're like, you know, forget the employees. We don't care about paying them. I don't think that's them. I really don't. I honestly think it's just some trouble with the bank or something, maybe. That's what I'm really hoping. Because we'll sit there and we'll give EA, a lot of people will give EA a blowjob going, EA's amazing. For this reason, they made this game and this game, or like, I don't know the names. DICE, I think, is one of the bigger companies. The names of these companies that you'll have to fucking, the ones that make Call of Duty. You know, everyone will give them blows. There's constant talk of people fucking working a ton of grind, where they're working hundreds of hours a week. Oh, they talk about this all the time. And no one cares when they do it, but when Gearbox does it, everyone's reporting about it.
What are we looking at here? Pirate uranium mining?
No,
you know,
construction is too skillful.
It's hypocritical, and that's one thing I can't stand to say. It's someone who's hypocritical. Because I
Stay focused. We are not safe here.
am getting a message. Oh, because I'm sure I mean, there are companies out there. There are lots of companies out there that there are lots of companies out there that if we disliked every bad thing they did, we wouldn't like anything about that company. I mean, Sony completely took and Sony completely took and screwed over Michael Jackson. Completely made him go broke. Just so they could get the entire Elvis and, just so they could get the entire Elvis. That's funny stuff mid-slide. So they get the entire Elvis and Beatles catalog, and people will buy a PlayStation 4 and say it's the best system ever.
The man really sinks into work.
But, you know, Microsoft does something that's a little questionable, which of course they're going to, you know what I mean? But I think they've done more good for the I think they've done more good than bad for games. You know, it's like I said. It's like I said, there are companies out there that do bad things. Sometimes we have to just accept it's going to happen. Sometimes we can do something about it. If you don't like that Gearbox did this, speak with your wallet, not with your mouth. Don't make video after video on it. If you really, you know, it's like I was reading articles about the new DLC for Borderlands 3, Love, Guns, and Tentacles, and about how it's problematic because Lovecraft was notoriously racist, which he was. I'm not going to say he wasn't. He was kind of an asshole. But I'm not going to sit there and defend the guy either. You know? Because defending him just adds to the problem. Because obviously it's not okay. Anyone who says otherwise is purely ignorant and stupid. I mean, as much as I love Lovecraft's writing, for the most part, I don't like his. He can't write a character, but he can write a. He can build. He can write a good story, but he cannot write characters crap. Okay. But people are like, oh well, this is problematic because black characters were shown in this way, without taking into account at all the time when the books were released, you know? When the books were released, it was a completely different freaking time. Where it was okay to name your cat wildly inappropriate things. It was okay to call things wildly inappropriate things, you know? It was okay to write black characters as really terrible people, as less than human. That was the time. Is it okay now? No, of course it's not. Does that mean that he was a bad writer? Not completely. Does it mean he was a bad guy? No, if you look at him as a product of the time, he wasn't a bad guy, he was just a product of the time. Now, again, I am not justifying any racism or anything he did at all. I'm just saying you gotta look at things as a product of the time. So, when Gearbox chooses to ignore the racism, which is the right thing to do, and make it just another love story between Hammerlock and, blah blah blah. I can't remember his name right now. Wainwright. And they turn into a love story. Not only do they turn into a love story, they take it and they turn it on its head, making a gay couple normalized, which is exactly the opposite of what he would have done. So they are more in tune with, are more in what he did, with how he was, and people want to give him credit for it. So if they're that in tune with something that simple, I'm fairly sure that they aren't going to just, you know.
I got exactly what he came for.
They're going to. I'm fairly sure they're not going to screw their employees over. Because Lord knows we have enough companies that do that. You probably buy from them. You probably buy from them. So, if you're going to sit there and point the finger at Gearbox, you got to point the finger at every company that's done a loot box, which If you buy Call of Duty, you're supporting loot box mechanics, or as they call it, which is essentially gambling. I don't give a crap what you say. It's fucking gambling because you're paying money for a random box. I can go to a I love how my brain goes empty. I can go to a casino and I can pay for roulette, and I have as much chance of winning money as you do getting something worth the shit out of those boxes you pay for Call of Duty. But you'll support EA and DICE and Treyarch when they do that. So if you wouldn't mind telling me, what's the difference between that and what Gearbox, what Gearbox hasn't even been proven to have done? What's the difference? I'll tell you the difference. Pancake. I'll tell you the difference. You're willing to buy a new Madden every year. You're willing to spend the money on a Madden every year, no matter what. But a company like Gearbox aren't necessarily willing to spend the money on Borderlands 3 or like one of their older games they re-released. Like I bought this game here as a re-release, and honestly, I've had more fun with this game than most other games I've played for years. And this is an Xbox 360 game. And this is an Xbox 360 game, so it's an old game. Sorry, I'm sending a message real quick. So, hold on. So, I don't want to hear this shit from people that will buy the Call of Duties, turning around and go, oh, I bought Call of Duty, but it's bad what,
nice warm up for what I'm gonna do. Get my hands on that final
what
Echo
Gearbox
game.
is doing. Employees
Our replacements, Gray.
both have done the same
Serrano's
thing.
mindless tools. Your rage is misdirected.
Except that, you know, I'm sure Randy and Gearbox isn't like, oh, let's just screw everybody. I'm fairly sure they're just like, hey, something happened. You know, I'm going to defend them because that's who I am. I really do feel this isn't on purpose. I really feel this is an accident. I really do feel this is going to turn out here in about a week or two. It was just one big screw up, which happens. I'm fairly sure that this isn't the last time DICE or Treyarch is going to justify releasing a game with mechanics, as they call it, because they won't call it what it is, gambling. You know, they went to something else no one's been talking about a while ago. They went to Britain, they went to Europe to get things done about their loot boxes. They determined they weren't allowed to do it in any game at all, whether it's Madden NFL, NBA 2K, what the hell ever, FIFA. They can't do that in these other countries, but in America, they allow them to do that. But it's the same thing. But you're not hearing much about it because they don't want to talk because those who support Call of Duty don't want to talk about it. It's like Bethesda's terrible practices. It's like the terrible practices of Bethesda. They release a game completely unfinished, and people go out and buy it. Luckily, at this point, people have finally learned.
Just stay close.
People have finally started to learn not to buy Bethesda games. But for a time, They were forgiving Fallout 76 and the crap they were doing. And then it showed who they truly were as... What the hell? And then it showed who they truly were as a company, and people realized, oh, Bethesda kinda sucks. But yet people just keep buying, but people just keep buying these games without even looking at the overall effect on people. Okay, I have an addictive personality, so let's say I buy Call of Duty, and I roll for that box, because, trust me, I'm not about to spend money on this game, okay, but I roll for that box, I get, I roll for that box, and I get like a gold or elite, or whatever the hell weapon is called. Call it legendary, because that's what they call it in Borderlands. That first time, that right there's got them dopamine sensors going, and oh, I got it once, I can get it again. Oh, I got it twice, I can get it again. It's the same people I know going, spending the last $10 at a casino, and going, you know what? I made $500. Yeah, but you're walking with none, so you really lost all your money. Same concept, except that there's no possible payout. Now, I am not at all going to ever justify something like going to the casino and saying that's better than this, but in reality, it is, because you actually have a chance to make money. You actually have a chance to walk away. Ooh, that's kind of cool, man. You actually have a chance to walk away with something with that. With these loot box mechanics or surprise mechanics, whatever the hell you want to call it, you have about as much chance of walking away with winning something from that as you do walking away with something crappy. I mean, my friend Zach at work, he spent the money to buy all the rest of the tiers on Call of Duty. He bought the tiers on he bought the tiers on Call of Duty. How insane is that? That's not effort. That's not work. That's just, I can buy the tiers, which gets you what you need for the net. It gets you at least.
That's it, Ishii.
It gets you up.
Dinner time.
He was like level almost 150. He said, and he got him up to level 50. You spent money to win the game. It's the same concept. It's the same concept as the loot mechanic. But we're not allowed to. A company like Borderlands, a company like Gearbox can't, you know, screw up. And employees even said this was weird of Gearbox. This is the first time it ever happened. It was weird. I mean, if it's the first time it's ever happened and employees are saying it's weird, chances are it's not on purpose, and chances are Gearbox isn't doing it to screw over their employees. But employees are saying, oh, we're not getting paid. But you said it's weird, you said it's never happened before, which means it's never happened before, which means high likelihood it's not on purpose.
Fate finally smiles down. Cargo train up ahead. Last train out of explosion time.
I don't know.
Move your shit.
Maybe I'm in the wrong, but I really don't think I am. I've been a supporter of Gearbox since their old World War II shooter days. I can't even remember the name of their games off the top of my head. I should. But I've been a fan of them for a very, very long time. And I will remain a fan of theirs. I really believe I believe they're one of the better companies. I mean, Randy Pitt guy at the end of the day is neither here nor there, because, you know, he's not the only creepy person out there. He's just the one that, you know, left the... Yeah, I don't want to go into that, because that's done and over with now. But what's not done and over with is all this crap that's going on now.
Looks mega charged with a dozen buckets of fried chicken.
I don't know. I just think that these surprise mechanics can go away and all this stuff. I just don't like seeing people report about this stuff and then go, oh, that's okay. This reason is why. None of it's really okay.
Come here. Ooh, got
This
some weight on
or anything that happens with bigger companies. It's not really okay, none of it.
you. Engines are primed, but it's gonna take a minute.
I doubt these savages will wait. Neither will those fusion generators.
So, with that, remember, this is just my silly opinion. You know, you might find me in the wrong, but it's my opinion, and in my opinion, and what I think, I'm not in the wrong. I'm not out there supporting companies that do these scummy things. I don't buy... I can't tell you last time I bought an EA game or any of that crap. I don't play Call of Duty. I don't even... The new one that came out, I don't know what that was called. Call of Duty Warzone or whatever. I never downloaded that. I'm not going to download it because I don't like Call of Duty. So just... Good day. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.